We're standing beside a eucalyptus tree just sniffing leaves like they're drugs.
Guess which one is the gluten-free one?
Tapas is hard for us, but we're trying, okay?
Hands down, the most beautiful church I've ever been in.
We are in Barcelona.
We are here for only 3 days, and there's a lot to see in Barcelona in 3 days. So we are out nice and early on day one at Park Guell.
You can probably guess.
Yes.
We are here.
Quite busy.
So a lot of other people. We have once again, we did this in Dubrovnik and I don't think we talked about it, but we have once again chosen actually a terrible time for photos because the sun is there somewhere.
Yeah.
So everything is backlit.
Yes.
we did that in Dubrovnik. We did the walls.
First thing in the morning.
Yeah, and everything is backlit. So
Oh well, we decided to come here early because it would be less busy, which from everything we run online, it is less busy in the morning and it's really busy right now. So I can only imagine it gets worse.
Yeah.
So RIP to our photos, but at least we get to see it without too many people around.
Yeah.
It is so cool here. Obviously Gaudi's work is all over Barcelona, but because this is the first place we've come, it's the first place we've really seen it. Well, Catherine's been to Barcelona before.
Yeah.
I haven't. But it's just so unique. He has such a unique style.
I love it.
It's beautiful, but it's also we're really in Barcelona, you know?
Yeah.
You can really tell because everything just has a specific look about it.
I know, it's so exciting. And you've been wanting to come here for ages.
Yeah.
And it's so cool to finally be in Spain. So, Park Guell is laid out really weird. It's kind of one way, but it's kind of not.
Yeah.
Which is confusing because before we came here, we heard one thing that it's one way and then we Googled it and there was nothing saying that. So let us explain to you. We came in a side gate.
Yeah, there's 3 gates. There's one at the bottom and then 2 on the sides.
It's, when you get to the tiled, the famous section we were just in, it's one way all the way down to the bottom. You can't go back up to the top. But once you're at the bottom, you walk around the sides of the tiled bit back up to the top. So you can do it as many times as you want. But once you're in that tiled section, you need to go all the way down to go back up. So
yeah. It's kind of confusing because there's just a lot of sections where it just says no entry.
Yeah.
But you can get back to where you came from, you just have to go around.
Yeah.
Which means we're walking up and down a lot of hills and stairs.
Yeah. It's going to be a very hilly day, I think.
So we're now closer to the top of the park.
Yeah.
And we walked past this earlier, but this kind of peach-coloured building there is a little museum that costs extra to go into. But Gaudi actually lived there for, I think it was 10 or so years, 10 or 15 years.
Before he died.
Before he died. And originally when they built this park, it was meant to be a residential park. It was meant to have 12 houses for wealthy people. And then that just was unsuccessful. And then the owner sold it to the council essentially, and they were we'll just open it as a public park. But this was meant to be the example house of what they were going to look like.
Alright, we look really gross because we just have to climb up so many steps.
We walked
so many steps.
it was 20 minutes of solid uphill.
But we're getting tapas. Listen, we aren't adventurous. We all know this, we've always known this. So we've gone for what we know. We have potato, I think this is essentially potato bravas.
Yeah.
With 2 spicy, 2 sauces, and then calamari and chicken croquettes. But listen, we're not seafood girlies and we're not meat girlies, so tapas is hard for us, but we're trying, okay?
Yeah. This place was recommended to us by our Airbnb host because it's near Park Guell.
Yeah.
And it's cheap and it's good.
Yeah.
So we'll let you know how it is. That tapas lunch was so good.
It was good.
The calamari was the perfect texture.
The calamari was delicious. The croquettes were weird though. I don't know if I liked them because it was chicken blend. It was just
it was really soft.
It was liquid almost.
Yeah, it was chicken and cheese, but yeah, it was just a really odd texture.
Very odd, but. And then the potato bravas was really good too. I liked It comes with like a garlicky sauce.
Yeah, it was delicious. But now we have come into the actual city, and we're finding some Gaudi buildings. So there's one just over here that we're going to have a closer look at, and another one further down, and then we're just going to kind of wander through the city.
There's like a main street called like Rambla?
La Rambla, yeah.
So we're just going to walk down that, go to a market. This is giving Champs-Élysées vibes again.
It is, it really is. We've made it down to the second Gaudi building. This one's Casa Batlló. I don't know if we actually said. The other one I believe is called Casa Milo.
Yeah, something like that.
But it looks crazy in between just like two regular buildings.
Yeah. Go up to the top. It's so cool.
It really is. You can go in, we can see people up the top.
Yeah.
But we've already done Park Guell today, and we're doing something else in a couple of days that's not cheap. So
yeah, we can't be
doing all of
see
it.
it and appreciate it from the outside.
Yeah, it is really interesting. I don't know if beautiful is the right word.
I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I honestly wish there were just full cities of his buildings. I just think that would be so cool.
It would. It's very, we were saying it's very like child fantasy series, like architecture. But also these balconies just here remind me of Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas. They just look like skull eyeballs.
They do.
Which is weird. But fun.
Okay, we've made it to a market. It's very famous.
La Boqueria?
Yeah. There's so many nice things. I'm sad that I'm full of potatoes, but I'm also kind of glad that I'm full of potatoes because I would buy everything. Yeah,
we're glad we had lunch where we did because we're not going to be like up there again. But we're excited to look around here and probably get a drink and maybe a snack. We'll see.
Yeah.
But so far we've already seen like 6 things we would buy.
Honestly, there's so much good food here.
It looks incredible. We got fresh juices and they are so good.
They're pretty cheap.
They were €2.50 each. And there's like a bunch of stalls that sell them and they're all the same price.
Yeah.
We decided not to get a snack, but we have decided we're coming back here for lunch tomorrow.
Yes, yeah. It's closed on Sunday and tomorrow is Saturday, so tomorrow's our only chance. It's been a while. I don't remember when we last filmed. I think
At the market, yeah.
We just basically walked down that street and then across to a shopping centre that was like over the water.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It was very cool. And now we are walking back to our apartment because we are shattered.
We have climbed the equivalent of 42 flights of stairs so far today, and 41 of those were before lunch.
Yes.
So we are tired.
We're over 20,000 steps, so we are very tired. We are ready to just sit and rest our feet, do it all again tomorrow.
Yep.
So hopefully less stairs.
Hopefully.
Barcelona is full of these suburban escalators. They're literally so cool. I'm not sure if these ones do it, but we've seen quite a few that change direction when you press a button. So yes, it makes getting around very easy.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't really want to walk up here after those 41 flights of stairs.
Love it.
We had to get groceries, so we're ending the day on 58 flights of stairs climbed.
It's too many stairs.
Good morning.
Morning or afternoon.
Yes, we are walking around with very sore legs today. But we have come down to the Gothic Quarter, which is just like an area kind of in South Barcelona.
Yeah, we were like very close to here yesterday, but didn't have time.
But we've just come down here to walk around, and there's a lot of like really fun shops, like art shops and stuff, that we're just having a look through before we head back to the market that we were at yesterday. But this area is completely different architecturally than like the areas of Barcelona we were in yesterday. Like, I'm not sure if you can see. I mean, it's called the Gothic Quarter, so as you can imagine, all the architecture is quite Gothic, but the buildings just look so different.
Yeah, I don't know, it's a lot smaller and darker.
Narrower, yeah.
It's cool though.
It is. This part of Barcelona is like the oldest part. It's like the historic centre. And, oh wait, it's behind this wall. Just over here is the remains of a Roman tower. And there's a section of Roman wall still left as well. Yeah, which is interesting. I don't think there's a place we've been on this trip that doesn't have some kind of Roman history.
I was going to say, there's a lot of Roman architecture in countries that aren't Italy, and I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, the Roman Empire really did take over. I knew it had taken over like most of Europe, but like it's really taken over like most of Europe. And like there's remains, which is interesting. Like stuff wasn't completely torn down. But we're actually heading up to where the Roman section of Roman wall is. And then there's also a huge cathedral, which is one of the few things that's actually from the Gothic period here. Because we just read that this whole area had a big revamp in the like 18th and 19th century or 18 and 1900s. But obviously well after the Gothic period. So a lot of the stuff here has been built to look Gothic, but isn't actually, which is strange, but interesting. Okay, we've made it to the cathedral, and she is impressive. It really is, to say the least. It's like huge. So firstly, big. I can't even get the top of it in, but it's very cool. I also the original cathedral is Gothic. The front of it was redone in the like early 19th century.
Do you know why?
No. Okay. I didn't read that far into it. Right. But is anything here actually fully Gothic? Who knows?
It's pretty though.
It is very pretty. The section of Roman wall that's marked on the map is that behind this gate. So we can't actually go up to it or see anything about it, and it's tiny. Oh well. There's a lot of other walls though that we've seen that look like they could be part of it, but this is just the one that's on Google Maps, so it's the one we know for sure is Roman. Alright, lunch number one. We got empanadas.
It's entree.
Yes. Guess which one is the gluten-free one?
Which could possibly be gluten-free?
Yeah. This one. Which is chicken, and then Catherine got ham and cheese. So we'll see. I've never had an empanada before, so I'm excited. But I imagine this pastry is going to be a lot better.
Probably.
Overall verdict was that they were very good.
Pretty good. A nice snack.
Yeah, the gluten-free pastry was so-so, but that's to be expected. But yeah, pretty good. Would have one again. Second lunch did not quite go to plan. Our plan was to have empanadas and then go and get paella. But we could not find any that wasn't seafood and was cheaper than €16 a serve.
Yeah, there was a place in the market that sold like little ones, which we were going to plan on getting, but they only sold seafood. And
except on their menu it says chicken, but they didn't have it.
Krissie doesn't like seafood like at all almost.
Yeah.
And I only like prawns, and they had the prawns in the shell, and I don't know how to eat those, and it seems like the chicken paella we have in Australia doesn't really exist in Barcelona.
Yeah. So we went to a noodle place and got Asian.
But to be honest, that place is banging.
It really is.
We've been there a couple of times, like in various different cities, and honestly it's great.
It is. So that was a good lunch, but hopefully we can find paella at some point that's not out of our budget
or tastes.
Only with seafood.
Yeah.
We've walked down to the main beach of Barcelona, which is quite nice.
It's pretty nice. It has sand.
Yeah, it's got sand. It's weirdly obviously not got any waves because we're on the Mediterranean. There's like a boardwalk just behind us that's lovely. So we're going to go do that in a bit. But for now, we're just sitting on the beach and
just taking it in.
Having a little moment.
We are now in a park. We will put the name here because we can't pronounce it. But it is popping off, this park.
It really is. It's Saturday, so everyone's like making the most of it.
Everyone's picnicking.
And the weather is perfection.
The weather is great, not too hot, not too cold. There's some kind of Pokemon something happening in the park because I've seen a lot of people with like merch.
Yeah.
And
it's a Pokemon Go thing.
Yeah, it's quite wholesome. I can see people behind me with like Pikachu hats. Oh, you're not in the frame, sorry. But also, we just went past like a little lake that was like full of people rowing in rowboats.
Yeah.
Like so full that I'm like, if you were in one,
It's not very peaceful.
Yeah.
Because you're just avoiding.
you're just
other boats.
surrounded by other boats.
Also, half the people were in boats going backwards because they were rowing the wrong way. So
Very entertaining.
it was quite fun to watch.
But it's a very nice park. I imagine it'll be quite peaceful when it's not a Saturday.
Yeah.
And yeah, just strolling through. I think we're actually going to end the day here because we're going to go get some groceries and go back. So we're doing some more parks tomorrow. That'll be nice.
Yes, and then something very fun that you can't not do in Barcelona.
Yeah, it's the thing to do. We've got that booked for tomorrow afternoon, so that's exciting. So we will see you tomorrow in another park, probably. I know I said we were finished for the day, but we walked and we saw this. It's the Spanish Arc de Trionfo.
Yes, so I believe it's called the Arco de Trionfo, so
Yeah.
slightly different. And it was built because there was a world fair here, and they built this as the entrance to it, which is the most extra thing to do.
It is.
But it's very nice.
It's cool. I like it. It's not as big as the French one.
No, and it's
I like the colour.
yeah, it's completely different because it's made out of brick, so it's like quite different than the French one. But it's very nice, and it's like along, as you can see, like a really nice outdoor mall
It is really
where
nice.
people are just walking their dogs and having a good time, and still Pokemon-ing.
Yeah, we googled it and there's like
An event?
safari or something.
Yeah, city
like,
safari.
Yeah, where it basically takes you through all the different landmarks of Barcelona. So there's people everywhere playing it, and now I wish we could play it, but
We do not
we
have
don't
enough
We
data.
don't have the data for that. Or the battery on our phones, honestly.
No, but it's very wholesome.
It's very wholesome. Okay, so we're at a lunch place, but it's like it's rustic. It's like,
It's 12:13 p.m.
Yes.
So it's an early lunch.
but it's like in the basement of a restaurant. It's very cute.
It is. We're getting paella because we couldn't yesterday, and then Catherine found a cheap place near the parks we're going to in a minute. So we're excited. We're just gonna get a chicken paella, like the boring girls we are.
Yes, because we said yesterday we couldn't find chicken paella, and I found one, so this is exciting. Okay, we've got our paella. It looks so different from every other paella we've ever had. I'm intrigued. And we're also watching a Spanish game show that we googled the rules to, so now we're following along.
Paella review.
Paella review. I really liked it. It was like, I've never had a paella like that. I
No.
mean, I think you could see when we filmed it, but it was like wet
Saucy?
on top.
Yeah.
It was like saucy, but then
It's 1 o'clock.
but then when you like mixed it in, it was just like pretty normal.
Yeah.
It was very nice, very rich.
It was. We shared one.
Yeah, and
Which
I
is
was a
meant
bit-
to be one serve, and we were like, oh, will this be enough?
Yeah.
It was plenty.
I was a bit worried about it because like when I saw it, it wasn't that big, and I was like, oh, we might be a bit hungry. No, I could not have eaten a full one.
No, it was huge.
Very nice.
But yeah, delicious.
very glad we found a chicken one. We got to try it.
Yeah. We're heading up to the museum, the National Museum of Catalonian Art.
Yes.
Which we're not going into, but it looks amazing
It's so beautiful.
up on the hill. It's
Also,
like,
escalators all the way up.
yeah, they're just behind here, which is nice because it is quite high.
It is.
You can see we've come from down there, but look at this building. It's so impressive.
How is that just a museum? Like, that is gorgeous.
It is, and there's also these columns here, which are very tall and very fun.
Honestly, God bless the public escalators in Barcelona.
It's so good.
So good.
It's definitely needed in a place this hilly.
yeah. So we're just going to like walk around behind the museum. Up on the hill is like a bunch of different gardens,
Yeah.
and also where the Olympics was held, I believe. So we're just gonna like wander around for a couple of hours until we need to head to our afternoon activity.
Yeah.
But today is a milestone.
it is. It is the 15th of a month,
Yes.
which means this month it has been 11 months since we left home.
Oh, that's
11.
terrifying.
We're coming up on that year very quickly.
We really are. Like, I cannot believe 11 months has gone by this quickly.
I know. When we originally left for this trip, our plan was 12 months.
Yes.
which we've said on Instagram. I don't know if we've said on here, but we have been budgeting well, and so we are going to be traveling for a bit over 15 months.
Yes.
Instead of 12. But the fact that we're coming up now on what was going to be the end of the trip is crazy.
I feel like I would have been satisfied with how much we've seen if we did leave at 12, but I am happy that we are extending to another continent.
Yeah.
I feel like seeing a bit more of the world will be exciting.
Yeah.
So that's going to be our 12 months. We'll be in Canada, which is going to fly by in no time. We'll be there. We'll be here saying it's 12 months in the blink of an eye.
I know. I mean, by the time this video goes up, we'll be almost home, honestly.
Probably.
Because I'm that far behind in editing.
Oh my gosh.
Whoops. But that's alright.
11 months.
Crazy.
The best 11 months. I feel like you can tell we're Australian because right now we're standing beside a eucalyptus tree just sniffing leaves like they're drugs. Oh, that's the smell of home.
Nothing makes
Smells
me
so good.
more homesick than when I see a gum.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
look
that's
at it. It's so beautiful.
This is ours.
She smells great. She really does.
Alright, we were heading to the Botanic Garden of Barcelona, and we accidentally found the old Botanic Garden of Barcelona.
Yeah.
Because they have almost the same name. But this one is a lot smaller. But it is beautiful, and it's so peaceful.
It's
because there's like no one here.
It is a very lovely garden, and I mean there's so many gardens up here, so I'm not surprised we accidentally walked into this one. I think it's called like Old Botanic Garden.
Yeah,
Historic Botanic Garden or something.
Yeah.
So, oh well, we like a garden. And
We do. We are going to head to the actual one as well.
Yeah, we will
in a
actually
minute.
go there. But yeah, lovely up here behind the museum.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's so peaceful. It's
Yeah.
weirdly, like, it got so much quieter as soon as we walked into this garden.
Yeah.
Because we're also kind of like down, you can kind of see we're like down in a little ditch. So it like, it's just like away from the street noise and stuff. It's lovely.
So we are now in the normal Botanic Gardens, which is normally €5 entry per person, but we did a little bit of research and we thought it was free after 3 p.m. on Sunday, and turns out it is.
Yeah, the only thing we could find saying that was like one TripAdvisor review.
Yeah.
But we got here at like 2:50, and it's Sunday today. And then one was like, yeah, it's free in 10 minutes if you want to wait.
So good.
If you come here after 3, and it's open till like 7, so you've got plenty of time.
Yeah. We're just going to wander around here for an hour, but how nice that it was free.
I know, and it's so lovely. We're currently walking through the Australian section.
We are.
Because we can't not.
No.
But it's like a Mediterranean climate garden. So that's Australia, South Africa, and then like Mediterranean areas.
Yeah.
And it's really nice. They've got like information on all the plants, like a normal botanic garden, but it's like separated out.
It's also very quiet.
It is. On our way to the train station, and we just came across a spot where people were taking photos like in a bar, and so we popped in, and it's the old Olympic diving pool.
So cool.
And it's outdoors with like this view. It's so cool.
But also there's like a pool.
Yeah,
I'm not
so
really
there's
sure.
this one, which is where the actual diving was, and then there's the
another
second
one.
one.
It's just a seagull pool now.
But they are having the best time I've
This
ever
is
seen birds
incredible.
have. But this is such a cool venue for like an Olympic event.
And what an amazing view.
Yeah, it's so cool.
We made it.
We're finally here after seeing it from literally everywhere we've been in the city because it is so tall.
Yep.
We are using our last afternoon to actually go in to the
Yeah.
Sagrada Familia.
We had to pre-book tickets. they were selling out, so I think it is a good idea to book.
Yeah.
And we're going in the afternoon because we wanted to try and get the sunset light, maybe?
Yeah.
We'll see.
The way it's designed is that on one half of the cathedral, the windows are blue. So during sunrise, there's like blue light inside. And then during sunset, the windows on that side are red. And we thought the red would look cooler, but it's cloudy. So we'll see if that actually pans out the way we want. But it's incredible. It's been, like, they started building it 141 years ago. And it's unfinished still. It's projected to be finished in 2026, I think.
Yeah.
But
they recently put a star on it.
Yes,
Yeah,
this
that one
star
at
up
the
there,
top.
that's relatively new.
Okay, we just got inside. It is so beautiful.
It really
is. Oh my god.
And when you get a ticket, you get a free audio guide, which is like in the app. So we're like listening to
Yeah,
it.
it is really good.
It is. It's got like a lot of information. There was like 4 sections before we even walked into the building. But it is incredible. This is hands down the most beautiful church I've ever
Of
been
course. Look at these.
in. Like, firstly, like these.
I want my whole house to be stained glass.
They go like all along the walls, but then like it's so spacious and like
It's amazing.
everything is beautiful. There's not a single part of the cathedral where they were like, oh, just put a column in. They were like,
Honestly.
no, make it a beautiful
I love how
column.
the stained glass is like makes the inside colourful. I feel like it's the most vibrant stained glass I've ever seen.
It is.
Like
If
look
we-
at these up here. Is like
I know. We'll go over here in a second and I'll show you what we were talking about with the blue and the red because you can see it already. It's so incredible. So this is the red and orange side, and then that's the blue and green side. It's so beautiful.
we read on the audio guide that these like up above us are supposed to look like trees, and they really do.
Yeah, and they're also like structural. So all the these bits up here hold the towers that are above, so that you don't need you can have a big empty open space in here. It's very cool.
Amazing. Okay, we finished with the basilica.
It was easily the best church I've ever been in.
Yeah.
It's also the only church I've ever paid to go in, and the
Yeah.
only one I ever will pay
Yeah.
to go in. So she's pretty special.
Yeah, it's we learnt there's like a model outside of what is due to be finished. Apparently, I don't know where this comes from because it doesn't actually say inside the basilica, but there are rumors that it's meant to be done in 3 years. They want to build another facade, one more on this side,
No, this
the other side, this side, one more. 3
In 3
years?
years?
Are you kidding me?
It's taken 141 for this. So
Good luck to them.
we'll see.
And like another 3 or 4 towers. And
Yeah, we'll see in 2026 if they have actually succeeded.
Yeah.
My bet is on no.
I wonder when they
But
will
we'll
finish
see.
it. But what's there though is incredible. And honestly, I would say if you're in Barcelona, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
expensive,
pricey, but it's worth it.
it is worth it. And now we are going to go back to our place. We have a very early train tomorrow. So we're going to finish our video here.
Yes, thank you for watching, for coming along with us in 3 very busy days in Barcelona.
Very busy. We are tired.
We are. Give us a like, comment and subscribe. Let us know what you thought and if you've been to Barcelona and what your favourite parts are.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram and get excited because it is Krissie's birthday in 2 days. So we will see you celebrate her birthday in Seville. Bye.
Bye.